President Trump looking ahead to the next set of elections after securing another historic win last night, again in New Hampshire. By the way, he's the first candidate since Gerald Ford in 1976 to win both Iowa and New Hampshire. President Biden also pulling a win out of the Granite State despite not even being on that ballot. He was a write-in. President Biden is the first candidate to win the primary as that write-in since Lyndon B. Johnson back in 1968. Joining us now is Bob Cusack, editor-in-chief over at The Hill. Bob, I know it was a late night for you, so thanks for hopping on this morning. The final outcome of New Hampshire played out like polls anticipated, right? I mean, Trump won, Nikki came in second, Biden won the write-in. In your eyes, did last night deal us the general election?
Markie, I think so. I think that's where we're headed. We're not there yet, obviously. There's only been two states on the Republican side. And listen, Nikki Haley's going to make that argument. Two states, okay, that's, Trump did well. And now we're going to move on. However, she's got big challenges ahead. There's no doubt about it. Mm-hmm.
And let's talk about her and how she fared. She and Governor Sununu have really laid thick the groundwork for several days up to yesterday that no matter what happened in New Hampshire, she's going to continue on to South Carolina, her home state. It looks like she's losing last night by about 11 points, if I have the math correct. Is that enough momentum to keep her going to South Carolina and possibly change some minds there?
It wasn't a great night for Nikki Haley. I mean, I think at best, everyone knew she was probably not going to win this based upon the latest polls, unless it was a real shocker. And the fact that it's looking like double digits, that's a not only a win, but a big win for former President Trump. So she has the money to continue, and I think she will continue on. However, right now she's down big in her home state of South Carolina. I think she's going to have to really quickly turn that around, or it could be like a replay of 2016 where Marco Rubio in Florida, and he said he was going to win his home state, and he lost by nearly 20 points. So if she can't turn the polls around, I think it might be time for her to withdraw, but we shall see.
Yeah, and I know you said she has the money. I'm curious what the palette is of her donors to keep on funding this fight for her. I'm curious, too, Bob, what'd you make of RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel coming out last night saying it's time for her to drop out? All these Republicans should rally around Trump to take down President Biden. Not only your thoughts, but how much weight does the wishes of the RNC have on the Haley campaign, you think?
Well, it's a free country. She can continue her campaign, but the pressure is intensifying, and certainly this is expected that the Trump world, and includes the RNC, obviously, pressuring her to get out, to focus on Joe Biden. Let's not waste any more time on this primary. Trump was doing that last night. His rivals, we're going to see others call for her to get out of the race. But at the same time, like, I don't think, even if she stays in, it's hard to see a long-term path for her. So it could be another month or so. But also, you're right. The donors are not going to give her the money that she was anticipating coming off a big night in New Hampshire, which she didn't get. And the media attention is going to kind of fade away.
Yeah, we have to wrap up here, but I have one more question before I let you go, Bob. Let me just play devil's advocate here and ask you this. Would it be worthwhile maybe for Nikki Haley to hang around the hoop just in case some of Trump's legal cases, January 6th cases go south and Republicans need a backup? Is there any merit to her staying for those reasons, or no?
Well, some people have mentioned that. You never know, especially in an election year where you've got to expect the unexpected.
Yeah.
At the same time, the party is so behind Trump that I just can't see that. But obviously, it is a two-person race. She wanted to get to this point, and now she's got a two-person race. She doesn't want to get out, at least not yet.
Yeah, she got exactly what she was wanting, a one-on-one with her former boss. Bob Cusack, always good to see you. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.